Hey guys, Big Red 310s here again, and I'm getting really frustrated with these people on my Hell in a Cell review. I was gonna make a video titled, "Please Stop PMSing." People are going insane over this pay-per-view. It wasn't that bad. They're not criticizing me for it. Some comments did. It really wasn't that bad. Were all the Hell in a Cells disappointing? Except the last one? Yes. Was the tag match a lot of fun? Yes. Was the Intercontinental title match a lot of fun? Yes. Was the triple threat match, though short, still fun? Yes. Was the women's match possibly the second or best pay-per-view women's Divas match I've seen all year, besides probably Michelle and Melina at Night of Champions? Yes. Really? Okay, R-Truth and Drew McIntyre. Chase said it best. He wrote a comment to me and he said, fuck the crowd. The Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Rock couldn't get over in this environment. What he basically meant was bad crowd, uninteresting match, and you had them follow a Hell in a Cell against a guy who no one knew, since no one watches SmackDown. Very few people watch SmackDown. I guarantee a big portion of that crowd didn't know who the fuck Drew McIntyre was. So, really, give them a break. Your only gripe is the Hell in a Cells. The first one was kind of good, even though it was very short. The second one I found enjoyable, just disappointing. And the third one I found very good. So really, stop complaining about Hell in a Cell. But that's not what this video is about. I made a video on Sunday about stop with the mass YouTube propaganda. I will probably upload that one either tomorrow or tonight. If you guys wanted to see it now, just comment on the video. I want to see the video now. Fine, I just don't like uploading 2 videos anymore. But this is one guy really annoying me on this video, and he's a long-time subscriber of mine. I don't know him, but I recognize the username. It's a username I've seen before, and I thought he was a nice guy and all, and he is. Maybe I'm overreacting. I shouldn't call him a jerk, but he's just not giving up valid arguments for this. I've gone back and forth with him for days now, and I'm tired, because this is something that relates to all TNA marks ever since I got here on YouTube in January, and I just got to get this out of the way because this is going to kill me. Okay. Damn, YouTube comment system's taking down most of these comments. Okay, it doesn't show his first comment, which is fucking weird, but whatever reason, it doesn't show. Damn it, man, it doesn't show all of our comments at all. It only shows half of them. The YouTube comment system is just getting worse and worse and worse by the day. I got a lot of comments on this pay-per-view. All right, here we go. Ah, okay. He's called. I just saw that comment. I didn't see that one before. He called me a hypocrite. I'm mad now. Okay, first he writes a comment. I can't see it on this thing because YouTube comment system's fucked up. Where he said, notice how people, if Taker squashes Punk, which is what he said, no one cares. But if Sting gets a win, everyone goes crazy that he's burying the young guys, or something to that extent. And you know me, fathead, big Undertaker fan, clearly, let's take the show in his head. There it is. Okay. Clearly did not respond well to these comments, and this is what I wrote. You're wrong. If Sting goes over AJ at Bound for Glory, which he most likely will, you will, because he according to Observer, he is not leaving. That's right. This is not his retirement match. He apparently has signed on for another 6 months, maybe even a year. I said, if Sting goes over AJ at Bound for Glory, you will see me complain because this will be the 4th time in a fucking row in their main show that he wins in the main event and wins the title. You're acting like, and I said, you're acting like CM Punk is a young talent. Are you serious? The guy's way past that. And I can't believe you're making the argument that Taker won't put someone over. That is ridiculous. He's put over more guys in this business than anyone. That's a fact. Maybe not Ric Flair, but still, he's put over a shitload of guys over the years. Legacy looked very strong from like 99%, 95% match you say they buried him. Right. He said, you see how hypocritical that is? 4 times. How many times has Taker won in a row at WrestleMania? I'm not kidding here. Let's see. Oh my god. I hated this comment. CM Punk is a young talent, my man. He's the same age as AJ Styles and a year older than Samoa Joe. But yet you'd bitch if a veteran over any one of those guys in 15 minutes in an opening match for a world title if this was TNA. Legacy looked weak. It took one man, Triple H, to open the door, turn the match around. Triple H made it look strong at their expense. That's actually kind of true, so I'm not going to comment that. And I said, if you knew anything about The Undertaker, which he doesn't clearly, you would know that in 2005, and this is a true story, my friends, he offered Randy Orton the chance to break the streak. But Randy, out of respect for Taker, declined. And according to your definition at least, Randy Orton at the time was a young superstar. If you say Punk is a young superstar now, then Randy Orton was definitely a young superstar in 2005, who Taker offered to put over at Mania. And Randy Orton himself declined. And Taker went over because supposedly CM Punk is in the doghouse for something he did overseas, which is true. Apparently, they commented on the way he dressed, and he said, well, Cena does it, and not smart by Punk. But if Punk eventually gets released from the company, we'll see the R-Shoot interview, we'll see him go to ROH and give the Cena talk, and I think really that he shouldn't have said that. He has more brains than that. And I said, and what is your definition of young? Someone who's a young person? By young on the IWC, we mean low of your career status, need of a push. And I said, Taker wasn't, and this is my main fucking point that he doesn't understand. Taker has not won the main event of WrestleMania and the title 4 times. 3 times like Sting has, but most likely 4. Well, Taker's never even been in the main event 4 times, in general. In the main event of WrestleMania, nope, not even 4 times. I think only 3. 23, 24, 13. I think that's it. And he said, CM Punk is not only young in age. Yes, I know Shawn of Honor. I'm reading the comments again. I'm not trying to bury this guy like I was with Chris Tucker Rule. I'm just trying to directly address the comments. CM Punk is not only young in age, but is still young and developing in his career status. He's been booked to look very weak as champion. You're a fucking moron. You remember last year? This is again according to your argument. When Samoa Joe was champion, he looked very weak. And according to you, you said to yourself, CM Punk is a year older than Samoa Joe. And Sting went over Joe at Bound for Glory in the main event for the title. According to your definition, that's bad. A win over Taker would have helped cement him. Beat Taker last month, albeit, with the screw job incident. But no, it would not have helped cement him. It would have helped him look good. And you're a moron. You're saying you don't realize that he's in the doghouse. And he said Taker did not need this win. And he said Taker is part of the reason why Punk is in the doghouse now. And why he went over Punk. Just because Taker's part of the reason why Punk got in trouble doesn't mean that Taker got over Punk because of that. Moron. He got the guy in trouble, and now he has to go over him. He's probably going to drop the belt pretty soon. He's old. He's probably going to retire at WrestleMania, most people think. So, really, he's going to drop the belt soon. He's just doing this because Punk got in trouble. Don't blame Taker. You're acting like Taker got Punk in trouble so Taker can go over him. You're a moron if you think that. Sorry about that. Lost my temper. Okay, what was next? This stupidity. And I'm sorry that I'm mean to this guy. I had a really bad day. And he's a long-time subscriber because I recognize that username. But man, he's just not making sense here. He basically tried to say that Taker got Punk in trouble so Taker can go over him. What flawed logic is that? You're just blaming Taker for going over Punk. If Punk was feuding with someone else would have got the win too. Taker has nothing to do with this. And that's what you need to realize. Taker had nothing to do with this. Was he part of the reason Punk got in trouble? But he didn't sabotage Punk. If anyone else was feuding with Punk at the time, they would have taken the title too. You're not blaming Taker for that. Get some common sense. Okay, and no, it doesn't end there. Another comment on another side. You're right. Taker hasn't won the main event 4 times in a row. Just like how Sting hasn't won 4 times in a row. Taker's won more than that. Oh my God. He has won the belt 3 times at Mania. So has Sting! Where are you getting this from? And has an undefeated streak and barely loses clean. That's part of his gimmick. It's not really because he's over. Sting gets 1 big win a year and you complain. No, I complain when Sting is champion for, 6 months in one of the worst title reigns in TNA history. I don't know any champion that put on as many. He put on a 2-star match at every single pay-per-view defended his title except for Turning Point. Really? You call that a good champion? Let's see. Final Resolution 2.0, 2-star match. Genesis, 2-star match. Against All Odds, 2-star match. Destination X, 2-star match. Lockdown, 2-star match. That's why I complain about Sting. And he said, it's clearly a double standard with you when it comes to vets in TNA and WWE. And WWE, it's okay with you, Triple H and Taker, to get 2 big wins over established guys in TNA. It's not okay. And I said, you've pissed me off too much. Video response is coming. And he said, please don't sit here and try to call anyone a mark when they tell you the truth. If you're going to hold TNA to one standard, hold WWE same standards. That's hypocrisy. Well, you know what, my friend? This is going to be a part 2 because I got to keep going on with this. I made a fucking video saying how Triple H doesn't put people over. But I said in the video, if you listened, how people don't give him a break. How when he does do it, people will ignore it. That was the whole point of that video. But I still said in the video several times that I was upset that Triple H didn't put people over. But you didn't listen. Because you're a TNA mark, and that's what part 2 is going to be about. How you guys just never learn. Watch part 2, guys.